Just fine. We're going to talk about the online exam versus in person. So, if you have any problems with taking your exam in person and want to take it online, the best thing for you to do is to go to this website down here in this bottom corner for AAPC certification online exam requirements. There is this video that I'm pointing at. It is this weird, edgy sidebar right here, right under the word online. This video has at least 10 different videos inside of it, and you really need to watch each individual video that's in here if you're going to attempt to take this exam online. I saw somebody posted on AAPC's Facebook page yesterday that said, this is to let everybody know that your internet speed needs to be at least 3 something or whatever, but it's recommended 5. She claims she didn't know that and that it was nowhere on that measuring learning site and Examity and stuff. And I know for a fact if you watch all those videos on that AAPC site, it's actually in there under the fourth video where it says technical requirements. It even has a rundown where you can actually run and test your own internet and see if it's fast enough. You can't do a hotspot on your cell phone. That ain't going to work. And you can't go to Starbucks and try to take your exam. You really need to have direct wired internet into your system and not use Wi-Fi for this to actually work. But be sure to go to that page, and it's AAPC/certification/online exam requirements. That website will help you out a whole bunch. If you do take it online, you can get your results back within just an hour to 48 hours, sometimes up to 10 days. You never know. Sometimes it could take just as long as an in-person exam, but usually within an hour you have your results, whether you passed or failed. You're going to need to have your webcam up above you, pointing at your face so they could see if you're talking to somebody. They want to see your lips, your face and eyes, but they also want to see your keyboard and a picture of your screen all at the same time. If they hear anything in the background in your room, like a dog scratching at a door or a cat trying to get in, they're going to make you redo your camera view, do a 360. I've heard of them making you take down your camera and look underneath your desk with it, and then you got to reposition it and put it back up. All kinds of craziness. They may even ask to download something on your computer so that then they could see whether you have programs running in the background behind your computer and your system. Or they may ask you to hit Control-Alt-Delete so that they can, and then make you click over to the program so that they can see the list of programs that are running through your computer. All that kind of stuff. They did that on mine. You can get up and go to the bathroom, but when you come back, they're going to make you do your 360 camera all the way around your room. They may make you look underneath your desk. They may want to look at the front and back side of your hands. Who knows? But, and they may not even notice, or the proctor may even disappear. Don't know. But all those little tasks can make you super flustered and stress you out before the exam. But once it gets going, it gets going. And from what I hear, the questions are in clusters. So like all the anesthesia are in a cluster bundle. And then when you get done with that bundle, you can say, okay, are you done with these bundles? You want to go on to the next one? Let's go to integumentary, and then it'll go there. So it seems kind of cool. I thought the online exam questions were shorter and less wordier than the one in the book when I went in person to take. Just my opinion, but it was back 2019, and they've redone the exam multiple times since then, so I don't know if it's still the same. Yeah, it was stressful. It took me an hour and a half to go through all the steps with the proctor to get my exam going, and I only had a 2 hour break between the first part of the exam and the second part of the exam. So my second part, I didn't get any break in between, which I made it that way. So I'd have 2 hours to refresh, go look up stuff that I thought I might need for the next part. Well, I ended up not having any time at all before I had to log back on for the second part, because it used to be in 2 different online sessions back then. It was crazy. You could use, no, you can't use a laptop camera. No way. No, 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 no. It has to be a detached camera. Absolutely. And I have a list of those different types of cameras and what they might look like. They're like plug and play cameras. You need to make sure it has a long wire. You can see how she's holding out her arm and holding that camera out. You're going to need one with a long wire from Amazon. They're usually about $9 to $20. Just plug and play camera. But I had mine not on a tripod, but up on a desk on top of a stack of books inside of a cup, because I didn't want to buy a freaking camera stand for the stupid thing. So for one test, so I had it testers, and that seemed to be fine after we did the 360. So, but I borrowed one of my son's plug and play ones. Increase your brain power and focus. Well, peppermints seem to be the medical journal side that I've seen, where they've actually done a medical test on it, and peppermint seemed to be cool. One person that took their exam online said their peppermints on their desk because they were inside of a wrapper. The wrappers had writing on them like Brock's candy, but they don't know if it was printed with test exam answers or something, because I don't know if English is their first language. So anything with any print on it or typing, you can't have on your desk. So if you are going to have candies, be sure to take them out of the wrapper and have them in a clear glass bowl, not with any colored prints or any kind of markings of any sort. It would have to be just plain glass or just plain on your desk stacked up. But make sure the candy does not have any logo on it, because they don't want any English language or any print of any sort. Make sure they're plain. It's crazy. They've caught people with, I don't know, writing on the bottom of their dog, like they had their lap dog with them. I don't know if they put it on the bottom of the outfit the dog was wearing, but it's silly. Anything you want written, you could write in your reference material, your CPT book, your ICD-10, your HIPICS. Those things are just full of white space that you can write whatever you want on. So, and with it being an open book exam, there's no need to write on your dog or your candy. So just make sure all the print is inside your books. If you're out of the United States and taking your exam, and from Australia or from Indonesia or the Philippines, you cannot have your books with anything written in them. So that's the only exclusion. They've had too much cheating of some sort. I don't know how, but they make those people take them at a school, and they provide the books for you there. So I guess if you're studying at home and you have your own set of books, you can write in them, but when you go to take even your online exam, you're going to take it at a testing facility, and they will make you use the testing facility's books. But anywhere in the United States, you can absolutely have your books with your own print. The proctor is not going to care what you have written on your books at all. They could care less. They're just going to make you shake them out. You'll just stick your fingers inside the binder holes and you'll just shake, shake, shake. And then you'll just flip through them really quickly, thumb through them so that they can see you didn't add any sticky notes or add extra pieces of paper to the inside of the book. As long as it looks like it's an original book, you can have whatever you want written in it. It doesn't matter. And same thing, if you're taking it in person, it doesn't matter what you have it written inside your book. No one's going to care. They have 30 people, 3 books each. They just want to make sure you don't have any sticky notes or made any extra added paper in there. For the AHEMA testers, those proctors aren't even allowed to make any decisions about your books at all. It is up to the student who's taking their exam to know whether what they have inside their books or not is allowed. So even AHEMA has it a bit easier. The rate I'm going with book prep, I will probably be prepping my book the night before the exam. Yeah. How's Deep doing? Yeah, ripped pages are an issue. The only thing that I found that might work a little bit, even though you're not allowed to do it, I mean, there's nothing you can do. You just need to slide it in to where it goes. It just gets ripped up more. So I keep those pages out of my book. And then if I need them, I go get them. Because putting them in there for everyday use just gets them more tore up. For your exam day, I found that one staple at the top and one staple at the bottom to the page that's underneath it, up in the top corner near the white binder coil thing, will keep it there for that one day, but those little staples won't hold for very long, but it'll work for your exam day. But other than that, keep them to the side, someplace safe for right now, and just make sure they're noted up. And then the day of your exam, the night before, just do one staple at the top, one staple at the bottom to the page below where it's supposed to be, underneath it. That way it's in there where it's supposed to be. No one's going to notice as they're flipping through your book that the staple is near that coil end, and it's an original piece of paper that is supposed to be in the book anyway. So that's not going to matter. No one's going to fuss about it, even if they do find that staple. It's just part of it. The books are so thin, even this year. They're really, really thin. They're thinner than last year's. And with use, they're just going to run out. Last year, I had one of my kids put a slice of pizza down on top of my book while they were doing dance on the switch or something or another, and then they picked it back up and started eating it again and then sat it back down right on my book, and the grease from that slice of pizza went through 3 pages of my book. it looked like a runny mess. Oh, it was terrible. And then I couldn't write on those pages anymore because there's no getting that pizza grease out. So it could be worse. You take your test on Sunday. Oh, yeah. Even so, you're going to take your exam online, which is even better. No one will notice those pages. Just one little staple at the top and one at the bottom. Be perfectly fine. And then they'll be where they're supposed to go. You're going to do just fine. Yay, you passed it through a university. And what happened? Your content